So welcome everyone to the stream where we didn't plan as well as we should have, or we got distracted by all the amazing publicity we have today. Make sure the stream is loaded and all that stuff. Oh, I don't have my headphones in. That will be important. I don't hear Chip, which probably means he closed out of Discord.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chip. I'm one of the co-developers, and speaking, the other one on the stream is Greg. He's the other developer. Hi, Nick Tree. Hey, Partvi. Hi, Psychotic Flaw. Welcome to the stream. Hello from Inger. Graphic for Imager, good stuff. Thanks for everyone. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in on that. We really appreciate that. Imager, good stuff. Thanks for everyone. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in on that. We
Oh, can I hear Chippy now?
I'm still here, man.
Okay, I had everything muted because I forgot to plug my headphones in before we started. So I had turned my speakers off so there wasn't an echo.
Gotcha.
Oh, let's get the corner of my Twitch stream out of the edge. Did you discuss?
Yeah, I'm not sure if everyone could hear me. I'm not sure if I was muted while you were doing that. But just saying hi to folks. If you found us from Imager or Reddit, we'd like to heartily welcome you to our stream. We're going to just dive into our tutorial real quick, where Greg can give you a quick rundown and make sure all of his settings are B. Oh, okay, great. Thanks, Nick Tree. Call Me Kaiser says he might have to step out in a few minutes, but just know that people are interested in your game, guys. Thanks for that. I saw from Stranger Danger, is this, will there be an open beta test? There will not. We're keeping it as a closed beta to our Kickstarter backers. That's how that's going to go, but we do have a release planned in August, so you can get your hands on that then.
Hey, look, we have UI. Oh, good. Is everything working? All the notifications are working on this level right now? That's great.
Got a link to the Kickstarter. Absolutely, I'll send you that.
Kickstarter was about a year ago. Just
finished about a year. You're a little late.
A little late. No way to currently support us except wishlist us on Steam and wait till hopefully August 10th is our current penciled in date.
Right. At any devs, what area of programming, computer science would you choose to be in if not gaming?
None.
That's a pretty good answer there, buddy. I'm with you on that.
We're actually not programmers by trade. We both still have day jobs. That's why our streams are always this late at night.
If job in computers, basic spat. So I work in database analysis and administration. So that's kind of, I'm somewhat interested in that, analytics and all that sort of stuff. Not quite programming, but pretty close. This looks really good for it not being your day job. Hey, thanks for that, Oren Matt.
Yeah, that's a part of the. It's it's something we kept quiet for the entire. We didn't lie about it. We just didn't mention the fact that this isn't our full-time job. Um, it was obvious if you see how much money we got for our Kickstarter. That doesn't support anyone for any amount of time. Uh, we've used a lot of our savings to help build this game. Our only
Well,
full-time member.
it did support our artist for a good 6 months or so, maybe longer. Allow us an animator for a little while.
Release price will be around 20 US dollars. The reason why I always say around 20 US dollars is because we're going to price it at 19.99 US dollars or whatever Steam makes it be. And then Steam recommends a bunch of prices for what localization you're in. And we're just going to accept whatever they suggest because they're smarter than we are.
Well, they've just done this sort of thing a lot more than we have. And yeah, we'll take that. Love coding in school. What will be the starting price and how many hours will a campaign be? $20. How many hours will a campaign be? I mean, I think our playthroughs on average take about 4 hours.
That's very fair.
If you're into exploration and kind of, if you really want to be thorough and loot every house and kill every enemy, you can spend a fair amount longer. But this game is kind of designed for replayability.
I got the yellow mitten twice, so I'm going to be at the yellow mitten.
Oh, I think that's a pretty good choice there.
And that means I'm going to make
the game is designed for replayability. We have a bunch of different starting titles, and that gives you a little bit of information about your character before you even start playing, what you were good at and what you were known for. And you can just keep the on colors.
What was that?
You can keep the game defaults on colors.
No, I'm the yellow mitten, so I'm going to go yellow.
Oh, okay.
It seems like the most appropriate thing to do.
Okay. You might need to crank up the I'll darkness of that corruption flow.
Yeah, I'll mess with the corruption a little bit. I may make the you know what I'll do with the corruption? Yellow's not showing up particularly well because it just looks kind of white. Is I'll go the exact opposite and I'll go a nice blue or a purple.
Working on this about 2.5 years at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a nice little. Maybe a little bit more blue in there.
This tutorial alone, this is awesome. The left-handed gauntlet angle does mess with my head, though. Yeah, you're the first one to notice that.
You know, there's a high possibility we'll just add an option to literally mirror the hand before.
Yeah.
Can we just do blue and yellow? That should look really nice. How's the leather look? Yeah, there we go.
Or is he half demon? He's partially corrupted by the miasma. I'm gonna paste a little bit of backstory into it. Into chat in just a second here.
And then we have the shirt color too. I guess I'll do that as
so.
The hair looks much better when we're not at this angle. By the way.
Yes.
Maybe I'll show that off. In fact. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start the game. And this is how you're always greeted, stretching the limits of his power. The Yellow Mitten, the last known Fictorum, survived his own execution. But his body was warped with corruption, his mind flickered with the horrors he saw above and within the depths of the miasma. The Inquisition must have detected a burst of magical energy he caused. It would not be long until its endless armies were upon him. The way to the Grand Inquisitor was marked by the red nexuses on his map. He was responsible for what happened to the Yellow Mitten and his order, and, since he did not listen, he will burn for what he had done. So every map is a set of mountain ranges that you traverse to get to the red nexus to get to the next chapter. That that will lead us eventually to the Grand Inquisitor at the end of Chapter 8. And the green dots mark friendly locations, and you can see which areas you can travel to by the lines that travel. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump forward to this mountain. Oh, I even turned these on. Fantastic. So if you don't really care about the story, we do have icons you can turn on that will tell you what your options will do, or if you don't speak English very well. So obviously I have a chance to receive equipment and magical essence, and this is the Weimar Wilderness, and no one was in sight. Uncooked food awaited the fire, and a few sacks of satchels and their belongings remained. So I'm going to go check this stuff out. The game will be full release on August. We have August 10th penciled in. We're waiting to hear back from some other people to make sure that date's good, but that's where we're aiming for. And a closer inspection showed no signs of occupation. As I rifled the belongings, the Yellow Mitten became uneasy, noting that some of the containers seemed to be a little bit too prominently displayed. He looked up from a stuffed pack to see movement and ambush. And then this will load us into a level. And there, now you can see the hair doesn't look nearly as bad from this angle. Zoom in a little bit more. Oh, too far. And that's one thing I will point out. You can play entirely in the first person. However, we don't have any first person animations, so it's just your third person body underneath you while you play. So that's a tower there. I know for a fact there's an archer in there, so we will launch a fireball shaped to high velocity so I can reach it easier. That will probably alert to some people up there. If that doesn't, we do have a couple of other towers I want to take out. And I hit a tree on accident. Timber. There we go. Here's our first unwitting opponent. And something I haven't shown yet is you don't need to shape, you can just cast spells. As you see, because he didn't die immediately, because it didn't have enough power, shaping to high velocity and multi-shot would give me enough power to kill those guys in one cast. Oftentimes you'll see me shape very quickly to high velocity just to give myself that little bit of extra reach. Oh, they came out of the tree. Whoa, alright.
Not sure if you saw my previous thing, but is there gear and the like, and could the magic system be compared to something like Magicka? There is gear. We do have itemization is primarily what drives your character's progression. And it's different from Magicka. Magicka has a complete set of elements, and you apply different elements to your spell in order to make something. Ours, you have a set spell, and then you apply different runes to the spell. So, for instance, in this situation, Greg is using a multi-shot, high velocity, and multi-shot. Wait, no, high explosives rune. That's what his character starts out with.
This is our most basic title, the Firebrand, which is just always fun to show off. That's how basically the spell system works. You can find new runes and apply those to your spells. So if he found like a seek rune, you could apply that, and his spells would seek out nearby targets. So what leveling system what does your leveling system look like? Do you level your spells or runes? Do you have new combinations? Right, so you can find new runes and apply them to your spells. So it's just basically like a new item. And then our character at the start of each chapter gets to select a new perk, which can do new things for your character. And you don't level your spells, but you can enchant them, which is basically the same thing. Most levels end or play out this way. Well, I actually had the probably because this ledge needs to be smoothed out. Most levels have a nexus with an Aegis protecting it, so you can't just straight run through it. There's at least one tower protecting the nexus in most cases that you have to destroy. And once it's destroyed, the shield goes down, and you're allowed to exit. So you can see I found a concussion tome, which is just a nice stunning shock blast spell, a silver ring and plate boots, which don't do a whole lot for you since they weren't magical. And I got 1 essence. That's not particularly great. Oh, so perfect. This is going to take me half a second. I just had a build complete. This is our old build I think Chip mentioned earlier. And you'll get to see whatever I was looking at. Oh, that was when I was very proud of how many active viewers we had on our... I should have cleared out the screen.
Right. So Greg has been playing our latest Steam version. So he just finished a build with our changes that we've been working on for the last 3 weeks, and the fun thing is that we get to see everything on his desktop.
Yep.
Duck Game, which is a good choice. Battle Block, man, that was a fun one.
You are immune. You are immune to your own spells. We may change that for like a very hard difficulty, but there is no plans to make that the default. The game would be probably a bit too hard on average if you were damaged by your own spells.
With some of our runes like Chain Reaction, where the spell can fire in really any direction. So if you fire at a fireball at a nearby enemy and it comes back to hit you, well, you've just killed yourself pretty quick there.
So here's a non-combat event. I found a cave in a mountain, and I can enter the cave to see what secrets it held, and you can see that I have a chance to recover from his wounds. I don't think that's right. And a chance to receive a rune. It's supposed to be.
Thanks for that. I'll get that fixed.
So you can see I was damaged for 13 health. So that was definitely not worth it. So on we go to the next mountain. Hey, good old Virant. Virant was a valuable location, one of the few areas to escape the cataclysm and miasma relatively unscathed. The expanse green plains had the making of a fertile farming community, but a small Inquisition detachment had deployed to defend the valuable resource. So, I get to kill some Inquisition here. There is no... the only healing mechanic is you have to go to a store to heal, or you can find healing potions in buildings. I should find a couple healing potions on this level because there are a lot of houses. However, is that a captain? Yes, it is, because he just blank out of my way. And I need to be careful. Another thing is, once your mana runs out... hey, I just picked up Kona Colt. Sweet. We're going to use that. Freeze, 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 freeze. Don't hurt me too much. We really need to buff this spell.
Oh, yeah. Concussion is pretty...
well, no, Kona Colt I picked up real quick. And
okay.
And it... we're going to increase the mana cost of it and improve what it does. Right now it's well, I don't have any runes to empower it either, and that doesn't help. Alright, let's clear this level out, and then we'll explore some of the buildings. Oh, is that a wizard or yeah, just a wizard. So, nice and easy. You'll see there's no body, but there's a big puff of smoke when I killed him.
Oh, I saw a question from Sea Dog's Master Swag. Are there different shapes for spells, or are they all triangles? They're all triangles. They might not always have runes in the corners if you haven't applied them. But I wanted to keep it to 3 just to kind of prevent decision paralysis. Whenever you're presented with more than 3 choices, it gets harder to make them, and choices kind of need to be made quickly.
Oh, getting shot by archers. I tried to use the building to fall on the Inquisition right there, but I failed fairly spectacularly.
I also saw a question about how many playthroughs it would take, or how many from Shingity Shank to be necessary to see everything.
I have no idea.
There are some pretty low drop rates for some of our... Like, I don't think I've ever seen... I think I've only seen a slow time ability drop for me once, and there's no way to get it outside of that. which is great because that's an incredibly powerful ability. Other one that I saw, any large enemies from Stan? Are there any large enemies, maybe large monsters, beasts, dude, with anything with dodge mechanics? There are not. We kind of kept this limited to humans and humanoids, just because that would be the easiest for us to create and animate. We would we would love to have dragons and massive.
Oh no!
What did you? What just happened?
Something destroyed the building I was in, and it ended quite badly for my character. So I don't know if there was a mage that I missed. I thought I had cleared it out. And I just found chainmail pauldrons. I was going to show them off, and I got murdered. So if you're not playing on hardcore mode, you can just easily rewrite history. It just pops you back at the last mountain you were at, and then you can choose a new mountain, go back to the same one. So we're going to play this out again and see how it changes this time. I just got some here. Anyone coming up real quick? Just to show you, itemization does change. The pauldrons are nice and easy to show you. I might as well use them. They look kind of cool in the blue and yellow. Reminds me a little bit of Ultramarines. Alright, since I can't hit you, maybe the building can. Ow! It's a better shot than I am. Alright. Let's try to be a little bit more careful this time. Ah!
Do we have a copied editor for all that text? Why, yes, we do. Or actually, there's, I think that only shows on the game over or victory window, or maybe even on the void viewing. You can copy all of your history to text. Something that I know that would be a substantial amount of time, but I would love to be able to do at some point, is put together voice recordings for all of our events and choices. And once you've completed the game, you can just listen to everything that happened to you. That'd be a substantial investment, but maybe at some point.
Will there be a pre-order period? I don't think so. You have to be a trusted developer to get pre-orders through Steam, I believe. And since this is our first ever game, we're not exactly trusted. All right. Oh, see, and that's probably the guy that killed me last time. Well, not this is that guy, but wow, I am getting Oh, there's another mage. Oh, no, that's a captain. I am trying to.
Are there going to be any cutscenes or cinematics? No, we don't have any of those planned. I mean, we'd love to have our intro. Basically everything that's in our story covered in a cinematic. But I just don't think that's going to happen before release.
It definitely will not happen before release. I will be a little bit... What do I got here? Oh, a marvelous gold ring. That'll be fun. I can barely get up over this and grab some leather gloves.
Are there stealth kill spells? We do not have any of those. Just out in the open, offensive spell casting.
Hopefully I find some more abilities to show off here. No, oh, yeah, see, look at these guys would just sneak up on me. He would have killed me if I got another building. I may just leave this area before I keep house hunting. I feel like they're hiding very well. Oh, is this a stuck Inquisitor?
On Steam, you list Intel and Nvidia. How well does a run game on AMD hardware? We were having some issues after our Kickstarter last year, but I think for the most part we've resolved those.
We haven't had any complaints on equivalent AMD hardware.
Yeah, neither of us run those, but I know a lot of our backers and players do, so I think we're okay on that.
The initial load time on the game may actually take longer if you're... Oh, see, there's a health potion, so I'll heal up for a whopping a 10 there. That's not bad. That's some nice free healing. Pick up the plate mail just as I can. And some leather gloves as well. Oh, another healing potion. Fantastic. No way to hold healing potions, you just auto-drink them as you pick them up.
Yeah, we didn't want this game to turn into a potion chugging game.
The safest answer with the consoles is there is no console release planned. The game requires a fairly hefty computer to run, and consoles are kind of outdated hardware at this point.
How many terrain types? We have 4.
Lava, verdant, swamp, fall, snow, desert, 5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
So there. See, these are some chainmail pauldrons I found. We'll see them when I load up in the level, and they've got 22 health and 3 physical and some resist all on them. So that's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Anything else I found? Oh, I did find this 11 mana ring, so I'll gladly equip that in my other rings. That's not the ring I meant to unequip. There we go. I kind of want to hit up that store relatively soon, but I also want to get more essence. So we'll probably swing down to this lonely mountain down here to see what's going on there.
Do different armor weights affect magic amount or spell strength? We have just made the itemization change that they affect spell range. We're trying that out and just seeing how that feels. I think that kind of makes sense. The heavier you have, it restricts your movements, makes your spells not go as far, and kind of makes you disconnected magically from them.
This was the most disappointing ring event I've ever gotten.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I found a ring, just a plain copper ring.
Heavier armor has a chance to fail. I think that'd be pretty frustrating as a player.
Yeah. We do have a goal of just making our game relatively easy to play and understand, and things like automatic failure chances. Wow, when there's no mountains in the distance, it looks really weird, buddy.
We were having an issue. Oh, that does pretty bad, actually.
Yeah, no, that looks absolutely terrible. That's not the way the game will be at release. It was a small technical issue we had before the stream today, and should be relatively okay. Man, can I kill this guy without blowing up the bridge? Fantastic. So this is a mission. This is slightly different than our standard mission. You can see I have a quest structures destroyed on the right side of my screen. This will slow down the Inquisition pursuing me because I have a because this is one of their stockpile areas. So I had the option of going here to disrupt their flow, and I am gladly taking it.
I saw a question about our minimum requirements. I'm pasting that real quick into chat.
Yeah, it's really the destruction physics that are the biggest issue. I mean, if you're curious, I am... Oh, yes, yes, yes! That was amazing! And that guy just ran away in fear. The pillar from the tower rolled towards me and, like, crushed a bunch of enemies.
Oh, my God! That's great.
Why is there still auto exposure on our swamp levels? What rune did I just pick up? I'll figure that out later. I kind of want to clear out this area. Did take more damage than I really should have. So I was slightly afraid that pillar was going to get me. Why is that pink beam facing down that way? Did I accidentally... That's strange. Oh well. Probably shouldn't stand so close to these towers when I destroy them.
Probably not.
Old habits die hard. Destruction didn't used to damage the player. I'm still used to it. There's no reason to destroy that statue, I just wanted to. Oh, hey, look, that guy's sneaking up on me. Why did I blink towards the destroyed building? Alright. Luckily I escaped with my life. Probably more than I can say for this guy. And then I have to... So how is my frame rate doing anyways? Right now I'm locked in a nice 60. Being completely honest, when you destroy things, it will drop a little bit. Actually, that went really well. I don't think we looked at these bandit structures. There we go. There's the nice drop into the range of 30 frames a second, because we haven't... We need to look at these bandit structures. They're taking more effort to destroy than they should. that gives you a little bit idea. Where's the last structure? Oh no, I got all the quest structures. Fantastic. So now I can get out of here. This is a level that's... here's the difference. I could leave the level right now, but if I also wanted to explore, I'm just going to look down in this valley. There's a bunch of houses down in this valley. There's a house over there. There's a lot of this level that I didn't bother exploring. Hurting myself trying to destroy this bridge. There we go. Just because I can. So really the procedural map is our biggest take from FTL. And the different starting titles, which you could say is the equivalent of different starting ships.
A question from Micro Explorer. What aspects of FTL have you brought into this game?
That's kind of what I was answering. A plasma ball. Fantastic.
Oh, you just answered that?
Yeah,
okay, I'm
I
sorry.
said
I was
mostly
reading while you were talking. Sorry.
Yeah, I understand.
I do not multitask.
The green bar is stamina. Hey, just the abandoned foot fills. So this is... I wasn't paying attention. I just hit up a shop. I now have the fantastic plasma ball ability. It's really, really powerful. You can see it does 1,000 damage and 500 splash damage versus Fireball's 150 and 350. And it has a 2.0 multicast, so multiplier, so multi-shot works wonders on it. I did pick up a slow rune and a new high explosive rune, which is 50% splash damage and 135 splash radius, compared to that is just a basic rune. Then that's sad. So that's no better. It is a. I should have mentioned this. There are rune types. These are the red runes only work with fire spells. Gray runes, which are Zoric runes, work with all spells, and then blue runes only work with slow spells. So if you can see, if I go to concussion, I only have one rune possible to equip on it right now. So I might as well keep that right now. I haven't used concussion at all because we haven't upped the stun duration on it. And I don't have. Oh, there's a stun rune.
About what the yellow aura covering the mountains on the left is. That is the approaching Inquisition. They are hunting you down. If they catch up to Greg, it's going to have a much higher enemy concentration. The Sentinel towers that he's been taking out will actually fire explosive projectiles at him. And due to the... won't have any time to collect loot. So it's a difficult fight. It's very hard to get through that without taking any damage. So best to avoid that at all costs.
Thanks for the wish list ad, Silic. TS is not a language my American tongue wants to try to pronounce too much. I have an i7 4790, is that right? How do you view your 6700? I'm sorry, that's the processor I'm running.
Spells shake the ground, but giant boulders don't. No, that's something that it's just destructible meshes. It's kind of how they work. It's really difficult to detect collision and very processing intense. So we kind of restrict that to characters and detecting potential damage.
So I heard a man gasp, "Please, it's only a small parcel of salted meat. My wife is ill and heavy with our first child. I lost my shop weeks ago and you can't find steady work, please. Can't find steady work, please." One guard interrupted him by pulling out his sword, smirking. "Can't find anyone stupid enough to hire you, eh? No matter, you can pay with your hands instead." So, I can either... I've got three options. I can rub my temples, and I didn't want to be anyone heroes that day, but I don't feel like walking around this. I'm just going to make myself known. The guards left their prey, immediately recognized the ancient enemy of the Inquisition. "Heretic, kill him!" The Firebrand stood his ground as the guards advanced, easily overpowering the more aggressive of the two. Panicked by the swift, unsummary slaughter of his colleague, the second pulled a horn from his belt, sounding it from the help of Pangeum's... good job. Militia, before he too met his end. The yellow mitten remained steady. He closed his eyes and concentrated on the approaching sounds of boots frantically pounding the ground. So now we get to do one of my favorite maps. Partly because generally someone spawns on this bridge, and I should be able to just destroy it with plasma balls. They're over there, so as you see, plasma flies a lot slower and falls in a straight line. Yep, there we go. Oh, and a couple guys just lemminged off the edge. I forgot about that. So now we'll continue on our way, now that we've angered the Inquisition over there. These are the, this is a townsfolk right here, and when they see you cast a spell, they just run in fear and look for a house to hide in. Or a hiding spot. Somebody, some archers over here.
I wasn't watching. Did some enemies fall off the ledge?
Yeah, they let me hard. they like ran up the ramp and then like ran off. It was fantastic.
They really had a lot of investment in that bridge.
Save the pieces of the bridge, sir. I said save the pieces.
Maybe they were the part of the team that built the bridge.
Could be.
And they were like, "Well, my life's work is done. My father and I spent a good part of our lives making this bridge come to fruition, and now it's gone at the bottom of this chasm."
Inquisition found me as I was in a house. Luckily, it wasn't a mage this
time.
See, there's concussion. It doesn't stun long enough right now, and I don't know why we have it so short, but I'm not going to use plasma too much because the mana cost is super high on it, and I don't have a lot of mana right now. I will pick up more mana as I get through the regions and get better gear. Speaking of, I'm going to check my leather armor I just picked up real quick. It does have 7 mana. And some movement speed bonus. So there we go. Now you can see my pretty robes are gone, and I'm now in this much sadder studded leather. Still looks good, I just prefer the robes.
Had a question from Shaq Teremeslo. Is there any complex on-mountain NPC interaction that isn't related to killing? No, we have all of our dialogue mainly carried through the text-based events. Just because I know when I remember when I was playing Skyrim, you're in the heat of combat, and a rogue arrow strikes this quest giver that that's the final person in the long line of a chain of quests, and you don't realize until you finished it after like 8 hours of trying to complete the thing. We just kind of wanted folks to be able to play in a level and not really have to worry about collateral damage.
Something blew up, but I don't know why. Oh, that
didn't have any
why
achievements.
Did that
and at the from Viking Gary, we don't have any achievements at the moment, but we are planning on adding some prior to release. Filthy Panda's asking, how long will we be streaming? Probably for another hour and a half, maybe a bit longer.
Yep, I might be able to go a little bit longer. So yeah, these are the feared enemies or feared townsfolk that just hide. Oh, he doesn't have a back of his head, buddy.
Oh.
His hair mask is activated for some reason.
That's probably because he was supposed to get a helmet, but didn't.
Or it could simply be the fact that he's an accurate representation of how smart our AI is.
That's a good one.
I was hoping that debris would kill that townsfolk before I left.
So I think I'll look into it. I think I know what the problem might be there.
I've seen it with with the townsfolk too. It's not with enemies. So I'm skirting around the Red Mountain because I want to do as much before we get to the next chapter to collect some more items and things like that. Although I might need to move on because I'm not being very careful. I'm taking damage. Oh, good old Wilcock, barely 13, fled the shoddy orphanage he'd been assigned to in Estavat. If it wasn't a storm, it was a gang of bandits or crooked half-wits masquerading as dark wizards, looting and killing everyone he had ever cared about. He headed for the forest, deciding he was better off taking care of himself over there. Less conspicuous, too. While building shelter in the evening light, he notices something moving between the trees. "Halt, stranger," he yelled, his voice cracking. "Stay away if you value your life." So that's a robed man, his face partially destroyed, emerged, briefly giving the camp a once-over. He looked at the youth quizzically. "Has no one told you the dangers that lurk beyond the forest?" And minutes, or it can be minutes of terrifying silence pass, and I just walk away. So we're going to talk to Wilcock. "Of course I know all about the dangers," he spat, indignant. "Estevat's unlivable, and no one I care about is alive anymore." Wilcock brandished a small pocket knife, trying to appear threatening, but not quite succeeding. So I'm just going to quickly disarm him of his knife. And then it says, "I don't doubt your bravery," said the Yellow Mitten. "You can leave and find better towns more safely using the Nexus. If you're only willing to run to the outskirts of town, I question how badly you really want to run away to begin with." And so he dropped the pocket knife and wait for a response, and that gives me a chance to receive a rune. So he does, and he gives me a trap rune, but only for ice. That's a little bit sad. So that turns the spell into a trap. That's a fantastic rune. Maybe I'll pick up Frost Nova or something like that. That'd be great. Release date, we're penciling in for August 10th. We're waiting to hear back from a partner if that date works for them. And if it does, then that's our current plan. Hey, middle of a corrupted attack. So this was something I screwed up on recording the imager. There's supposed to be miasma storm going on whenever you fight the corrupted, and when I was recording, I had set up levels, and I forgot to set the miasma storm going. So there's supposed to be rain, it's supposed to be a little bit more foggy, and things like that. Some corrupted events will have you protect the townsfolk. I haven't done edging on this level yet. And that guy just left the house, so he probably just killed one.
So you can shape time. There is an option for that. I really prefer that on the gamepad. That works super well. There's an option to change how spell shaping works as to whether or not it's controlled by your movement axis or your look axis. And we needed to have one of those axes control shaping while that's toggled, and it's kind of up to the player how they want that to work.
Good old plastic wall. Oh! Yeah. Corrupted come out of houses so often because the townsfolk run to the houses. I think I may change that. And if the townsfolk are fleeing from corrupted, they just don't run into houses because it makes it a little bit...
How to request, can you cast all 3 runes?
Yeah, absolutely. You just max out each one. You can see me... Someone asked, you can see me moving the curse around to do that. My mana is slowly draining, so I'm going to go ahead and cast a spell, and then that causes the spell to cast. That was a very good explanation. So the corrupted also have shamblers that explode if they get close to you, and they try to remain hidden and normally do a pretty good job at it. And then there's the invisible assassins as well. What was that?
I've gotten surprised by them a couple times. While recording, I can think of two gifts in particular that have finished with one of us getting blown up at the very end of it. There is fall damage. I just saw that question pop through. But it can be mitigated if you blink at the last second. Pulls out your current momentum.
Ooh. Rare gloves, or epic gloves, whatever we're calling the purple gloves. Rare, right? Yeah.
Long John Server said, "The buildings are pretty when they explode." Ha ha ha. Yeah. Got that right.
Ooh, 25 mana on those gloves. I'm getting some good... Oh, high velocity on the lightning. That's not going to help concussion at all.
I saw this question pop up in chat earlier, and my apologies for not responding to it. Do you plan on continuing to support the game with new content and updates after release? That completely depends. Um, as we've learned through this venture, it is not a cheap venture. To develop anything, it requires time and assets. So if we're talking high impact, or excuse me, low impact changes with high benefit to our player base that are low cost on us, absolutely, we want to do those. Um, and if Fictorum is very successful, we're probably going to look at doing an enhanced edition with kind of our wish list of things that we really wanted to see in this game. So that's kind of our plan for now. Some of the things like mod support and ports to other platforms are going to be some of the things that we look at first, regardless of how we do.
I was going to say, those are pretty much guaranteed. Well, yeah, they're guaranteed. Now, if mods end up taking a lot of work, there's a good chance they won't happen if we sell 5 copies of our game. But
Right.
actually, to be fair, if we sell 5 copies of our game, probably not going to add mod support because who's going to mod it at that point? But the Linux and Mac support should really happen no matter what, because we're on the Unreal Engine. Part of the only reason we're not doing it is because we don't personally have a Linux or Mac machine. And we don't want to. It's hard to develop when you don't have something immediately to test on, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So being successful will let us buy more test machines so we can be more effective with that.
Right. Is there a variety of music, or is it the same on every mountain? It's based on the faction that you're fighting. So if you get unlucky and you're fighting the same faction a couple times, well, you might have the same music. But fortunately, it's not too... it's highly melodic. So it doesn't get super repetitive. At least that's what I found. I'm a bit of a music nerd.
We have very, very good music. I know it's a little bit hard to hear right now because I keep it quiet so you can hear me and Chip well enough, but I do like watching enemies cartwheel. And like I said, I've actually been keeping my frame rate up the entire time as I play so that you can see. And I'm on a very good computer, but at least you can see how my frame rate's doing. I believe I'd be somewhere in the neighborhood of 90 or 100 if I didn't have VSync on. That's why it's just locked in at 60. I can check.
There'd be a hard mode where time always runs at full speed, even while casting. That'd be a really simple change for us, and if it's important to enough of our players, absolutely.
Let's see what the frame rate climbs up to if I turn off VSync.
I'll have to watch something else, but thank you for watching. Thanks so much for the stream. Interested in already telling FTL friends. Thank you so much, Cellist Backwards.
Oh, that's the TS guy that I tried to pronounce his name of.
Right.
Did I get that guy? I think I did. Fantastic. Oh, man, do our Town Hall still affect frame rate that much? Oh, no, I just destroyed a building.
And on the enemy voices question, what's the voiceover options going to be like? I mean, you're pretty much listening to it right now. That just for localization purposes, this works, and we haven't really gotten any complaints about that.
It's one of those things of, like, we're a small indie studio, and that's why we don't have better voiceovers. It's just, it really is that simple. It's a substantial part of our budget if we were to do that, and it's also a substantial time commitment. We're a team of 3 people effectively. We've got some outside contract help, but they're not. That's not our. We don't have a huge full-time studio. We have a contracted music and sound guy. We have a contracted writer. We've had contracted art and animation help, but we only have one full-time artist, and then me and Chip, who also have day jobs. We do put a lot of hours into this game, but there's only There's only so many hours in a day.
Right. What would be the recommended system requirements to run on medium at 60 FPS?
That's a great question, and I don't know. Uh, I know the game runs fairly well on a 760 and an i5, and where that runs is on, depending on the level, somewhere probably around 45 frames a second. I'm surprised I'm only at 75 here, but there are a lot of buildings, so.
Yeah, it depends on. I mean, destruction. We're going to be pretty frank with you. It can be a processing hog. There are a ton of meshes here, and it is pretty processing heavy. There are some options that you can change, specifically shadows. If you turn those off, that makes a big difference.
Hey, they're stuck up there. You can slowly die to it.
Will the game work properly with a 21:9 aspect ratio? I believe it already does. Neither of us have a monitor to test that, but
there is something you can do since I'm in windowed. If I just go to windowed real quick, I can do stupid things with the resolution. I don't know the right resolution, but if I do 2400, then it's going to cause it to... Oh, nope, it won't go... Can I make a nice small... Oop, what the hell did I just hit? Let's see if I can make a nice, really wide... Yeah, there we go. So this is what the game would look like if you had a 1200 by 500 monitor. You can type in any resolution you want. So it's so I should be able to go like 1900 and
yeah, open up the inventory while you have that set.
Oh, okay. That was a mistake. I may have to Alright, so you can't break our... I'll have to put in something that you can't make the game too small. But there we go. This is now 1900 by 500, which... and if you open the inventory, it's all the way over here. You can't see it. I'll drag the window over a little bit. But it's all there. It'll be all the way on the far right side of your screen, but...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go.
So...
I'll make a note to have the status bars not expand like that.
So yeah, any resolution supported. How nice it will look is entirely up to debate. Oh, I got all my... Oh, now I've completely... Let's move my start menu just off this monitor, and that hit F11, and I think we look good now. Now I've played with my resolution so much.
Yeah, that looks good.
All right, great.
Question: how long is the average playthrough? About 4 to 6 hours.
I'd say anywhere between 2 and 4 hours. I'll even give you the short range of that.
Yeah, Nicktree might be able to. I don't know how fast Nicktree's gotten run it.
So every time you beat a chapter, you are presented with 3 choices. And in this case, my choices, it says, the Firebrand took a brief moment to reflect on his previous endeavors and realized that aspects of his trial were coming more easily to him. So my mental reserves were deepened by the constant challenge presented, which is plus 25 mana. And even though tired to his core, he somewhere found the strength to keep his body moving, so that's 25 health. And its advanced magic came to him with these. His hands and mind worked in unison to craft a melody of destruction. And that's plus 5 to all of your shaping stats, which is really, really fantastic. But, I almost always pick more mana.
Yeah, I almost always do shaping bonus. That's just me. In fact, that one's so good that we could split it into 2 different perks.
Yeah, that's true. I just always like more mana. So now we're at Vasthorn, and you can now see Chapter 2. And if you scroll up, you can see everything I've done so far. And you can see in a couple of these, like this one, local records indicated on that day a god of magic rained down destruction on the mountaintop. So when you complete some of these, and hey, look, I died here. I don't know should that still show up in the? And the date says January 1st.
There's some issues. There are some issues with history, the past history propagation. That I had noticed in my test earlier today, so I wouldn't pay that to mind. Everything might be out of order. Those icons might be showing up improperly.
Oh, this is the event. Vasthorn's the event I just did.
Oh.
So now that I'm in Chapter 2, there will be more enemies. The enemies will be a little bit tougher, but I have more mana, so Plasma Ball is definitely an option. Does the story change significantly in different games? So each mountain is generated randomly, or each event, however you want to look at it. Ah, out of mana. But I can make myself invulnerable. Ha 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 ha. All right.
So I wanted to chime in with something. Alana4 had a question. Only a single character. I was just curious if you could choose the gender that you could play. Having a female main character is something that we would absolutely love to do, and that's one of those things that if Fictorum became very successful, that's one of the things that we would love to implement.
There's a health potion. I can't get it. Oh, I think I might have gotten it. Sweet.
That requires a substantial amount of work on our end. We have to animate, we have to voice over, we have to update all of our stories to be either male or female. And when you're a small team of 3, that just...
To be fair, the big things are the animations, the mesh, and all the armor updates that we'd have to do.
Oh god, all of the armor, I had forgotten about that. So we would need female versions of all of our armor, which that alone, like a full set of armor, can take a couple weeks of our artists to design.
Ooh, another health potion, even though I'm almost full.
Planning on adding any kind of sandbox mode to the game. You know, we've had a lot of people ask for that, and the community demands it. I think we can make that.
So, as close as you're going to get to a... This will make release, and it will always just be a hidden feature. If you turn on debug mode, which is in this case Alt, Shift, and J, and then hit Control I, you bring up what's called the dev window, and you can jump to any mountain, any map that we have in the game. You can end the level, kill all enemies, kill townsfolk, generate a random rune, full heal. This is our equipment screen where you can generate any item you want, and there is a glove called the Dev God's Fist of Smiting, which I'll show you. It gives you 200 health, actually gives you health regen. I don't know if that does anything, but
it doesn't.
Okay, 400 mana, 300% mana regen, 1,000 stamina regen, negative status, and all that stuff. So you effectively become unkillable.
And if you give yourself the mantle of the ascended,
yeah, then you can fly around too.
Then you have become a god.
Yep. Oh, I found lightning stream. That's fantastic. I'm gonna throw that where concussion was.
Oh, you're right. That button up top should be a.
You know, I know it looks weird and it sounds weird not to have a crosshair, but I really don't. It may take you a little bit time to get used to, but it really doesn't make aiming that difficult. The crosshair would also not help a ton because your spells don't always go where the crosshair is going to be. And the best example of that is like Fireball has an arc to it. A lot of our spells have an arc to it. It'd be great for Plasma Ball, but there's a lot of our area spells that stick to the ground, so they would never be where the crosshair is anyway. And that's some of the issues with that. I did, so this was the same event, but because I didn't go through the same options, I didn't get the quest to kill all the enemies. And I just got your standard, destroy the towers and get out of here quest. So that's what we'll do. No plans on an open or closed beta. We had a Kickstarter about a year ago, and all of our very generous backers are our current testers.
Close button. How diverse are the interactions? Will missions can be kill people, buildings? Will there be missions that certain abilities favor, so that you aren't using the spell roughly the same way?
So a good example of that is every now and then you'll get a quest to save townsfolk, and if you just use your most wanton destruction abilities, that can cause problems when you're supposed to be saving. Man, I keep getting these options to heal myself, and there's just. Can I jump from that? Okay, so I'm going to go here and then back to here. Hopefully, I don't think the Inquisition will catch up yet. Hey, good old Virant. Oh, I didn't. That missed way more than I was hoping it would. All right.
Is there an FTL equivalent of the space cops in this game? Do you mean the pursuing, what do they call it? The rebels?
Yeah, that's the Inquisition. He saw it and recognized it. That was his next comment.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the Inquisition pursuing you in this game. If I let the Inquisition catch up, these towers would shoot at me with very, very powerful blasts, and then you don't get any loot from those areas either, because you're supposed to just be trying to run. And reinforcements come all the time, which can be difficult. Hey, look, there's a... These guys always... They just sneak up on me on this level.
Right. Shakhtar Meets Slow, thank you so much for checking us out, and good luck on your finals.
Alright, here's Lightning Stream. Here's a more powerful channeling spell. It really burns through the mana, but it also burns through the enemies. Alright, I don't... Oh. Let's, can I run away and...
You know, faintly farting, you might be onto something. Changing the... It's also... I find it hard to be serious when a username's faintly farting. But I'm going to answer your question seriously anyways. You know, it would be possible for us to change the... At least I think it would.
Change the what?
The lowest point of spell shaping, or the of the slow time effect of spell shaping. The trick is that it would I'd need to change how slow time works a little bit, maybe. I could make it so that it's basically a sliding amount in the options. You'd have anywhere from 0 to 1. Viking Gary, we're not planning on having any healing spells in the game, just health potions and vendor heals.
Oh, I've got Haven. That's with a decent ring already attached, so I'll go ahead and equip that. Gotta remember to drag it over. Oh, here's a... I haven't shown enchanting at all. And in this case, it'll be... the ring you start with Blink has no stats on it, so it's a good idea to go ahead and... there's an extract option, which gives you the scroll of Blink back, but destroys your ring. And then you can put a ring that actually has some stats on it. Throw the Blink scroll on it, and when you click Imbue, it puts it on the ring, and now I have a ring with some 11 mana on it at the very least.
So I imagine Greg has been avoiding the sprint because the most common complaint that we get on our animations is their sprinting animations.
I just don't sprint a whole lot. That's when I play, I just don't sprint for whatever reason.
Huh. Okay. Well, you've had some requests to sprint.
Okay, I will sprint after in the very next level. Oh, I have Lightning Bolt too. I will hold on to that. I'm not a fan of Concussion Tome. We need to work that spell a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not that.
And yes, we have the... Oh, that was the Leather Gloves of Disappointment. They just have negative to all stats. Well, that's a good persist rune. What ring is this? 16 health with Phalanx? That's not that amazing. Oh, those are nice boots. So 16 health, 18 mana. I will gladly take those over. Um, oh, I bought the boots, but they disappeared, buddy.
Wait, what?
They're.
Open the enchanting panel.
Oh, there we go. Just didn't. I had to refresh it.
Oh,
when
okay.
I opened up the.
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, that needs to be fixed before we patch. So at least they didn't completely disappear. They just were hidden for a second. And we will fully heal because I took a bunch of damage that level. And I'm down to 45 essence, which isn't fantastic. The next store is all the way up here, so I think I'm just going to make a straight beeline for it as fast as I can because I don't want to be caught in a situation where I have to get through the Inquisition strongholds to get back. Oh, I can caution. This is a tower event, and I have a chance to take damage. It says recover from my wounds, but that's not the case. Oh, I actually got a spell. Oh, Cone of Cold. How disappointing.
Had a note from Filthy Panda asking for more different missions, and that's something that we absolutely want to do before release. We have the capability for that. It's built into the game. We just need more events, and just to set up more levels for that. So we plan on doing that. We have a total of. Hold on, I can get back to you on the total number of spells and abilities. I'll get you that.
Here are the corrupted cup. Alright. I'll just cut you guys down with lightning stream. Oh. Assassins. Here, I'm sprinting right now to run away. Oh, actually, I have a lot of stamina. Wow. Oh, that is a lich. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and throw. That was the Phalanx ability, which stops projectiles, and that caused the lich to run close to me, and I just launched up a plasma ball. Oh, that is a building. Alright. There's the lich, and it fell down to its death. So yes, enemies take fall damage, by the way. I will sprint again so people can see, and our sprint animation doesn't look as bad as it used to, so I'll go ahead and show it. So this is the, these are the guys that explode on you if they get close enough. Oh, you know what? Let's try the... Oh, no, wrong button! So,
regarding the spell question, we have 20 spells in game and 17 different instant cast abilities. Those are just more utility, movement, defense sort of things.
Oh, did we... that debris killed the... Oh, man, I just love when debris kills people. There's just nothing that, okay.
It is so good. Like the final GIF in our compilation today.
And if there's no other reason to support scraping bottom games, is because I pronounce it GIF and you pronounce it GIF. So you get your representation of GIF no matter how you pronounce it.
Well, I mean, I've always been doing it GIF, but every time that I say it, everyone's like, wait, what did you just say? What did you say? So the internet has...
He's even a GIF converti, which is like the ultimate thing. I strongly stand by GIF for no good reason. Except just the way I've always said it. Man, we'll get to a castle level one of these times, and I'll run through it because, you know, the castles have stuff in them too. But, oh man, is it so sad compared to what Leaf designed. I don't know if you looked into the castles at all.
I'm sorry, I was reading chat. What was that you were saying?
Oh, just it's running through these buildings and seeing all the beautiful insides that Leaf
designed.
Oh
God, yeah.
And then it made me think of the castle assets that I quickly put together. And
map are you on? I'm just gonna make a quick note of the grass growing in there.
You know, I already fixed that. I don't know why it's different. Why it's not
really?
Fixed. But go ahead. This is either Greg Pretty or Greg Better.
That might have been because I had to remove some layers when I was redoing the physical materials.
Okay.
So one of the new things for current players is that we implemented physical materials, which one changes the weight of certain objects, and two allows us to do certain things based on the type of material.
Right.
So I can say that a certain material is actually snow, and that's going to change the density of it. And that means that when something is a certain material, we can play a certain sound effect. So now you can hear his crunchy sound of effects when he is stepping on different materials.
Now for a completely new environment, we have the desert. Oh, hello bandits. I wasn't even paying attention. I was busy killing the tower. How do I want to take care of you guys? Take care of your leader first. We'll blink over the wall here.
Could you add weapons of magic, like magic staffs, that give you the huge but temporary boost in power, or telekinesis so you can throw enemies? We already have a magic sword. That's called Spellblade, and it's pretty fun. And we also have telekinesis. Throwing enemies is probably one of my favorite things to do in this game. In fact, Greg, if you want to give yourself telekinesis, I don't think any of our viewers are going to mind.
Yeah, let me get set up in a position. This is what I'm talking about, the debug menu.
This game kind of reminds me of Captain Falcon.
Oh, and we've been asked multiple times, spells do not harm yourself. Oh, and a lot of the... I know some people really want that super hard difficulty, and hopefully that will get added in with mods, so people could just mod in their own difficulty if they want a big change like that. Because, you know, or I say big change, but it's not a hard change to make spells hurt yourself. It's just currently purposely designed so they do not.
You can't throw debris at enemies. You can't throw things at enemies like trees. At least not yet. That might be doable. If we have time, that might be something that we add in later. I'm not super full because we're really short on time as is.
Yeah, the safe bet
but
is to say it's definitely not going to happen by release, but that is one of those things that we'd like to look into if we're successful. All right, so here's a poor unsuspecting archer, and we can just fling him into the wall. Oh, he actually didn't die. I don't know how he did. Wow, I'm getting wrecked.
Sometimes.
Oh, that's the wrong button. I keep trying to use There we go. Well, that guy's going to be gone. Where's the guy up on the wall? Here we are. That should take care of him. You know. Oh! I got nailed by that frost arrow.
Oh, and it was right after your Haven went down.
Did I actually nail that guy with that plasma ball? I feel so proud of myself right now. I just love the sound of the plasma ball exploding.
Yeah.
Probably why it's one of my favorite spells. That is just so devastating in general. I really need to... I just need to get out of here at this point. I've taken a lot of damage on this level. So we will... I hope that makes it by the tree. Fantastic. Alright, great. Oh, so I accidentally left debug mode on. So you can see on debug mode, you can actually see what, well, it's hard to see, but you can see what each event on each of the mountains are. You can go to a custom chapter. You can just rewrite history, and that regenerate map button probably wouldn't work if I were to hit it. So I'm going to turn off debug mode. And we're just going to go straight out of here because I need to find another store because I'm getting kind of low on health. Uh,
Well,
oh,
there's a store right up there.
yeah, I couldn't get to it before. There, like
Oh,
it was
right,
like
yeah.
at least 3 jumps to get there and back. So it was,
Yeah.
or it was like 5 jumps from where I was, and I just didn't think I was going to make it and didn't want to risk it. So this is going to be a challenge. This is a level with a castle, so at least I'll be able to show you a little bit of the castle
Nick Tree
assets.
has a lot of faith in you.
That's good. This is one of my favorite levels because I just like how it always ends up being a battle right outside the castle gates. Oh, that was a nice shot. I am proud of myself for that one. Oh, that guy snuck up on me. You know I have telekinesis, so goodbye. Oh, I didn't go down to multi-shot. That's what I wanted to do. Oh, and now we're running into our first warlock characters, and they shoot multiple fireballs. Well, that one shoots multiple fireballs. They'll shoot different depending on their spells, and they can really ruin your day. Right. We're looking pretty clear here. Link up on top of the wall. Alright, we do have. Can I? These walls are a little bit tricky to get over spell-wise, so I want to end up here. And I just saw that guy walk somewhere. Now I've lost him. Oh, is he in the building? Well, he was just leaving at the wrong time. That's a fantastic way to take care of a warlock. I think those are archers trying to figure out where I am. So I'm gonna blink. Oh, there is a mage right there. So that castle's gonna fall in a second. Yep. You know, Haven's actually really nice. Wow, those guys are halfway in the ground. I thought it would save them, and it did not. So I will show off the castle assets here in a second. Oh, yeah, first person here. I'll go into first person right now. We don't have any animations for first person, so if I cast spells, you'll see my hands flick forward just barely because it's just the third person assets. Oh, I didn't mean to destroy that bridge. That's a little sad. We'll go over here into this, and you can see there's a little bit of staging. Oh, a chest actually spawned here. I can't open it because I have it rotated the wrong way. Oh, I did get it. Fantastic. That's a nice little present. All that hard work I put on the castles, and they rewarded me with some chain shoulder pads. Are they any good? No, not really. Keep my 22 health.
Any runes for tighter groupings on the plasma ball at longer ranges? No, there isn't. There isn't that. Are most enemies one-shot spells or one-shot kills, and if so, will there be an in-game option to change this? So difficulty makes a big difference on that. But one of the things that just for realism purposes, we did not want this to become a bullet spongy game. We kind of wanted to keep it somewhat realistic with, if you nail an enemy with a fireball like dead on, that should kill them. There are, and Nick Tree is right. We do have some enemies in the later game that are a little bit more challenging, but I think even the final boss, as difficult as he is, still only takes like in his final phase, only takes 8 hits of a good spell before he dies.
I will go ahead and switch to my Fireball, which I haven't upgraded at all. I don't have any good runes for it, and we're now in Chapter 3. Oh, I'm supposed to be saving townsfolk. That's definitely not happening. I will make a small exception for that, because I do want to destroy this bridge and take out as many corrupted as I can on it.
Won't be to respawn in structures you were able to destroy. Is that something? I'm not sure I understand.
So once you right now
he's
I'm on a
redoing
level.
that.
Oh, I am currently stuck in first-person mode too. So we will be
Spawn
playing
in structures in case you were...
Holy crap! That's scary to play in first person. Oh, I meant to switch to Fireball to show that Well, assassins die really easily, but when I get to the corrupted, you will see they should not go down in one shot. There we go. Finally broke free of my first-person confines. Oh, that guy's chasing the townsfolk. Can I get it before he kills the townsfolk? Wow, I actually did! I'm actually really proud of myself for that one. Uh-oh, now the Shambler's chasing. And I don't see a dead body here, so chances are the fireball actually just blasted him off the edge to kill him. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm still killing... Alright, where did the... There you went.
20 HP in a dream.
Alright, this looks like it's going to be a very big problem for me. Yeah, see, so if I have an unshaped fireball, the corrupted are now taking 2 distinct shots to kill. Okay, I've got a couple of inches.
Oh, that was a really nice fireball multi-shot. How many spells are there currently? There are 20 spells, and we have 17 instant cast abilities.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and rewrite history there. And I don't remember which mountain. I probably went to this mountain, but this mountain also will reach both stores, so I'm going to go to this one and hopefully not get a corrupted event. Oh, fantastic! There's just The Fictorum navigated the icy cliffs of Zerline carefully. He paused, admiring the early morning sunlight as it danced over the calm, frozen vastness. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw a box lodged in a thick chunk of ice near the edge of a steep drop. And I can use my plasma ball to break the ice with great precision, and I get a crappy ring for it. But that's great, because that means I can now jump to the store. One of the 2 stores right here. And, hey, the Cinder's shoes are here, which gives me 11% fire damage, which I may actually buy, because there's only 63 essence, and I should have some healing is 64, but I should be able to sell a bunch of this stuff for some decent prices. I've not been super lucky on... Is there... Oh, just a high velocity. That's only 20. I may pick that up. Improve my high velocity rune a little bit for my plasma ball. I think I will. This will make my plasma ball go a little bit faster, because it now has a 79% maxed... where's the speed bonus? 253% speed versus this one, which is... this one, which is just 200% speed, so there's a little bit more added to it. I'm just going to get rid of all of my lightning runes that don't affect my lightning stream. Stun should, though, right? Yeah. Oh, which one's the better stun? 121 or 147? That one's better then. You can see there's a little star next to the runes that you're currently using, so you don't accidentally sell the wrong ones. And unfortunately, I'm just going to say goodbye to all of my ice runes because I don't have any ice spells. You know, I have 3... Cone of Cold doesn't count. I'm going to get rid of Lightning Bolt because I don't think I'm going to get that. And I have 3 Phalanxes? Wow. Those are actually pretty good boots. Thanks, Latent CC. Thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it.
I have a very important problem that I need to deal with, and I'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Okay. I believe you ran out of beer. Speaking of, I have an unopened beer sitting here in front of me that I need to go also open, and I may take the opportunity to do that here in a second. I'll wait till a little bit better of a stopping point. I just spent a lot of time inventory management, and I know that's not the most exciting thing in the world. So this is Frosthold, which is fantastic. So this is Baron Maroth awoke early that day. That may have well been his last. He had a long day ahead of him, filled with meetings of important members of the local populace, in which he would deny them food, supplies, and able-bodied men for protection against bandits and the new corrupted threat. But unfortunately for Maroth, the local populace had asked a powerful wizard traveling through the area to end his reign. So that's the option I will choose. Do you have any colorblind options? No, we don't.
I think for the most part, our AI is pretty colorblind friendly. If you are colorblind and you're watching the stream, feel free to let us know of any issues. It's pretty hard for us to. I mean, I don't back.
Oh, oh, there's the example of the fierce selection. I just crushed his buddies beneath debris, and he decided he wanted none of that, so he's getting out of there.
Oh man, I love when that happens.
But these guys, however, were not here to witness the carnage, so they are here to. Oh, he is a lightning sword. I do not want to let him hit me. Luckily, man, I love plasma ball. So another reason why a lot of these guys are just dying in one hit is because plasma's a very, very powerful spell, and I got really lucky to have to find it so early.
Yeah, you did. And you found a lot of items that increased your mana. That's worked out pretty well for you.
So you can see the arrow above that building moving around. That is the Baron that I'm supposed to kill. Oh, I don't want to accidentally get crushed by debris. Oh, wow. Oh, man, I got nailed by a piece of debris. That sucked. I should have blinked out of the way. Alright, I don't feel like trying to... Let's just kill the mages. See if I can toss them into the build now. Not quite. That was not enough to kill him. A little bit of lightning took care of
To
his
make
guy.
the women folk villagers follow you around with hearts floating above their heads.
That will have to wait for mods.
Oh man, I could see a lot of fun stuff coming out of this game with mods.
Oh, please tell me that somehow the roof didn't blow off and didn't kill the guy up there. Oh, no, there he's gone. Alright. Yeah. Oh, that's right, I have the stun rune on this now, so the lightning stream is also stunning. That's fantastic. I wonder if I can, if I get enough mana, if I can kill the, Here's a warlock. We'll test it on this warlock first. Oh yeah, keep interrupting his cast, keep... Oh! That did not... I ran out of mana. Oh, he had to blink! At least he blinked off the edge. Okay, I am getting wrecked by this guy. Now, oh, that's a pain in the butt archer. But luckily he's not super pain in the butt, so I can just throw him away. Champions take a little bit longer to grab with telekinesis, so you can't just grab champions and, wow, alright, I gotta figure out this warlock guy. Need to get up. He has the high ground right now, which is a distinct disadvantage if you've seen the prequels on Star Wars. Alright. There we go. Lightning Stream got him that time. And I think I should be clear on this level. I just did not destroy the tower already, so we'll just go ahead and shoot a couple plasma balls over there. We'll check out this building that has maintained its structure. Pick up some useless plate armor. Ooh, a health potion. That's actually fantastic. Just gotta jump on the bed to get it.
Thanks for joining us, Balrog Destroyer.
I almost accidentally cast a spell when I was trying to pick up that health potion. That would have had the exact opposite effect that I'd want. PC only at release, and we're aiming for an August 10th release date. There's a nice tower all the way up there that I need to destroy. And off we go. And I should also, I meant to mention this before. We do this stream every 2 weeks, so every Tuesday at this time, every other Tuesday at this time, we do a stream. Normally we have like 5 to 10 people show up, so we're just not used to having 100 people in chat with us. So sorry we're not a little bit better at hosting. Luckily, Chippy's typing away furiously to help, hopefully, answer all of your questions.
And Nick Tree, thank you so much for helping us out.
I do love the corrupted music. Alright, just gonna get lightning straight down. Alright, Assassin, I saw you. Just threw an invisible body somewhere, and I don't think I threw him far enough to kill him, so that was actually a mistake. The explosions you see in the distance are the Shamblers killing townsfolk.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're just randomly appear randomly. I see that. Where did it go? There you are. You had a buddy too. Yes, spells, ragdoll physics, and destructibles. That's... Oh, can I get this lich killed by the tavern? I think I can. Oh, that was fantastic. Oh, that's something I should mention, because we don't have perfect performance when you're destroying large buildings and having a lot of enemies on the screen. We've done our best to make all the controls lag compensated, so that if you are having lag, your controls shouldn't go completely wonky and haywire as well. Okay, so just to go over the casting, if I just hold the left trigger, this just holds a spell. And it slowly drains mana as you hold it. And the same is true. I can also just start a spell by holding my right mouse button, and that brings up the shaping triangle, and then I can shape to whichever way I want. And if I let go of the right mouse button, then I can now aim around. I'm not holding any mouse button right now. And then when I left click, it casts the spell. You can also, while you're holding down left click, hold down right button to bring up shaping, and that's typically the way I do it, because that's the way it used to be. That used to be the only way, and it's I don't adjust to change well. Oh, this is perfect. I just realized what level I'm on.
So, a question from Ikurai. The game does have difficulty settings. We have 5, and we might have 1 or 2 more. We both talked about maybe having a kind of ultra realistic, where 1 or 2 spells will kill you and just about any other enemy. Some delicate balancing. I don't imagine that'll make it to release, but it's something we'd just be interested in doing at some point. And I think the nightmare or hard difficulty would probably suit you well.
Alright, so I'm climbing up this mountain because there's a Christmas tree up here. And you can see this Christmas tree is glowing, and I can loot said Christmas tree. And that gives me the Easter egg of Christmas tree. And what does the Christmas tree spell do? Well, if you've seen one of our more famous GIFs, it summons a Christmas tree. I'll use that spell on the next level. I think I'm fairly well taken. Oh, here's a good example of fall damage, unless I mess this up. There is no fall damage if you blink right at the end of your fall. So, but if I were to hit the ground there, I most certainly would be dead. I'm just leaving those Shamblers alone. They'll stay away from me if I don't get too close to them. So I'll keep with that. Oh, I'm surprised to make a little bit of fall damage there. So yes, Christmas in June.
I saw, I saw a question up there from What's His Face 27. How was your experience developing the game? Do you think you were lucky to have so many people interested immediately?
Wow, I was just healed for 123 health, buddy.
Oh,
I think you went too far when you fixed it.
I think that's how we kind of want. I mean, it maybe could get reduced a bit, but that's kind of the way that inns work. Like, if you're fortunate enough to come across one that's friendly and it works for you, it's basically a full heal.
Oh wow, I think that may be a bit much.
All right, we can discuss that offline.
Okay. I mean, I think up to like 50% of your health, but when I had almost no health to heal for almost all of it is an insane uh, piece of randomness, since that's the equivalent.
Healing in general from a text-based event needs to be revisited in general.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Invigorate is an ability that would increase my mana regeneration if I used it, but since I'm not completely hurting for it, I'm just going to go ahead and use it. There's a nice rare Nova rune, but I don't have any area spells besides Christmas Tree, and I don't really want to use that with Christmas Tree. There's a Manifest, which I'm not too worried about. And is there any other good gear here? Oh, there's a Flame Strike tome. I do love Flame Strike. But I think I'm going to bypass it because I've got the nice Plasma Ball.
Ikarai says, thanks for asking taking the question. If you're considering adding any sort of weird hard difficulties, have you thought about modifiers such as methods of keeping it fresh and entirely difficult to anticipate? We haven't. Certainly open to suggestions.
Modifiers will not make release, but I think that's a really interesting idea. It was one of my favorite things in Firebrand, which we played briefly. They had challenges, and then you could enable modifiers to make the game harder, like enemies do 50% more damage and things like that, and you get more bonuses with that.
If you do that, then you have the chance of getting something really cool.
Yep. So it was a really neat idea, and I'd like to explore that maybe, and maybe just a mod we make or in the game itself. But for now, that's definitely not going to make release. We don't have the time to test and implement that at this point.
You still have your Haven spell?
Yeah.
We had a request for defensive spells.
Oh, okay. So, that's telekinesis. Haven is this big area you see where I'm going to cast it, and it creates this barrier. And no projectiles from enemies can cross it. It's actually a really useful spell. I'm just not used to it existing. It's a relatively new spell in Fictorum, so I'm not particularly good at using it. I do love this map. Just this exact coloring of it is always just one of my favorite looks. What am I? Oh, hello. I just blinked into enemies. That's not the best idea, but Christmas Tree will take care of them.
What are our influences for this game? A big one for our world map is FTL. We're very quick to admit that was a genius game design decision, and great for roguelike elements, and just a great way to tell a story. I probably have more playthroughs in FTL than any other game. I just really enjoy that I can pick it up, do a playthrough, and have it be completely different.
It was also designed by necessity. We would have loved to make an open world game. There's just no doubt about it. Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, we would and we wouldn't, because one of the things that always happens in an open world game is that you're hesitant to destroy something because you might have to come back to it.
Well,
and that's
we probably would have made the same decisions that we've made with Fictorum if we had an open world game, to be fair. And I think we could have still made a very convincing open world game. The problem is open world games take millions of dollars to develop, and there's just no way around it. So this was a very clever way to create levels in a game without having to... He's stuck in the tree. Oh. He's no longer stuck, but I'm going... Oh, no. Alright, he is freezing me. Fireball was enough to push him away. And Plasma Ball will finish him off. Fantastic. Okay, that was unnecessary damage. It was just a clever way, really, for us to have levels in our game without having to have invisible walls. Oh, how did that debris not hit him? Or other weird ways of doing levels. So it just gave us a nice little mountaintop you can explore all of. You can destroy with abandon because you're never coming back to this place. It's not possible to visit a ledge. Oh, that guy has a big hammer. We use plasma ball. Oh, that's right. I have the new high velocity. I should have equipped that on the fireball too. Forgot to.
Oh, this is a great question. If you could add anything to the game, regardless of time or money, what would it be?
Co-op. I think that's
Fully functioning co-op and multiplayer, I would be so thrilled.
so. Yeah, if there was no money and we had the expertise of very smart network people to figure out our physics problems. Oh, here. Oh, wrong button. See, here's the example of Haven. Now this warlock who wants to kill me can't. But my spells go through.
Will you guys continue developing games after Fictorum? That is a good question. And we will be able to answer that in August, I think. We both really enjoyed the game development experience, but you have a concept that you're passionate about and others are passionate about, and then you go through Kickstarter and now you're kind of on the hook to deliver something. It really takes a speed in which expected, and the internal pressure that comes from wanting to deliver a product, and also as this is both our first game that we've worked on. We want to show folks that we are true to our word, that we deliver on time, that we deliver a good quality product, and really make some waves, and not make some waves, but just prove ourselves as competent game developers. And in doing so, it's been kind of a brutal process. We both work our 40-hour-a-week day jobs, and have our friendships and relationships that we try to manage, and it is incredibly difficult to do that with game development on top of all of that. So I'd like to be able to do this, and we'll go from there. But if this is, long story short, if this was not worth our time, I don't know if I can continue to afford this.
So we're already happy with what we have. Fictorum. I shouldn't say this with 90 people watching, but if Fictorum could be released tomorrow, and we'd be happy with the release. There's just a lot more polish that needs to happen in our game before we really want to release it to the public. So I want, with what Chip said, I don't want to make it sound like we're just rushing it out the door to get it out. This is, if you go back and watch our Kickstarter video as a great example, if anything, we're over-delivering on what we promised in our Kickstarter. I think our game looks a lot better than we ever expected it would. And it's just, there's a level of fun to our game that is just possibly more than we deserve to have in our game. Everything just works so well together. I think we've hit this weird, I shouldn't say weird, but we hit this magic with our game that just makes it's just fun to play. I still enjoy to play our game, and I can't even count how many hours I've put into it. We are going to get the shield up so I don't have to worry about the Lich right this second until he gets closer. And then I'm going to, Lich. Your spells are no match for my defensive shield.
Any plans for additional languages or the ability for the community to add fan translations or maybe alternative stories? Yeah, I mean, that when we open things up to modding, that's a really easy thing to do. It's all, our event tables come 100% from Google spreadsheets. We do all of our writing in there, and import those into our game in Unreal, and that populates all of the text-based events.
Oh.
So if folks want to create their own events or um, uh, write new languages, you're welcome to do so.
Game over.
I guess I'll see you in a second.
So now that I'm getting into the later chapters, I just found a very, very powerful rune called Chain Reaction. So now when I cast my plasma balls and they hit, oh, there's a chain reaction of plasma balls. It's very bad for keeping townsfolk alive, but very amazing for killing everything. I am, however, very low on health, so I need to be careful about everything, and I kind of want to just get out of here. Let me go ahead and shoot a plasma ball over that way so I don't forget. Ah. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, thank God he missed.
I've seen some chat about Firebeam in chat. Give me 1 second, I'll link you all to a YouTube video.
Whew. Made it. Now the question is, there better be a store very shortly after I pop through, because I need to... Okay, I can backtrack to a store. That's fantastic. Healing gets more expensive as you go through. I'm up to 72 essence on a heal, and I really need to clear out my rune inventory because I forgot to do that. Oh, I found a new multi-shot rune too. This is why you need to pay more attention. 292 compared to 200%. That will be fantastic.
Where did Firebeam end up?
Not going to have... I don't have any... Even though with that Nova and all those runes... I'm just not going to be using those. Wow, 47 mana on those gloves is better than 25 mana on my current gloves. Leather gloves of shittiness. Minus 5 health, minus 14 mana, minus 19% mana regeneration, minus 44 stamina, and minus 14% stamina regeneration. Yeah, I don't think those were worth picking up. Let me... Yeah, that's a much better concuss rune, so I don't need that. These are 2 ice runes that I'm not using. The high explosive I'm going to keep around, because, man, I'm just finding all the fire runes, too. This has been a really lucky run for me. Just getting really good gear. Really powerful things. Do I want to stop by another mountain before I leave? I think I will before I get to Chapter 4.
Is the split from Chain Reaction a direct 1-to-1 mirror of the original spell, or is it more powerful? Chain becomes less powerful after each subsequent chain, and yes, it is a 1-to-1 mirror of its original spell.
Hello,
Do we get to design or pick from between an available ones? We only have one available one. But you can choose the character customization. I'm going to link you to a YouTube video so you can see all of the customization available.
Which isn't groundbreaking by any means, but we have a little bit. Go, plasma balls, go.
Oh man, this just melts my heart, Craig.
What?
This reminds me of a much more polished Lichtenstein battle mage, which is awesome.
I wish we had the same art team as Lichtenstein Battle Mage. Their art...
Oh man, me too.
...was... or is incredible, I should say.
They had a really good animation team too, and their voiceovers were good. All of it.
Yeah, everything was good about that game besides the gameplay.
Or other magic caster type spells. We're mainly sticking to fire, ice, lightning, and arcane. Arcane is what most of our, I think all of our abilities are.
Ah, enemies, enemies. Oh, they blocked my point. That's not... Just happened to get on the wrong side of that. Alright guys, goodbye. That plasma ball actually shot inside and I think killed some poor townsfolk. So Chain Reaction is one of the spells that is really powerful. Okay, I'm running low on mana because my... so Plasma Ball has gotten ridiculously expensive as well because I have Chain Reaction and Multi-Shot, which is a very expensive combination. Oh, I just whiffed entirely. So you'll see me more often now aim at the floor so that... Oh, Normally chain reactions is better aim than that. That was
So Icaroi had a very good suggestion of maybe putting our Steam store page on somewhere.
What? Oh, is it? It's
having it saved. No, it is not. That's B.
Yeah, wanting to drop a house on people is not the first time we've gotten that suggestion. Unfortunately, I don't think the engine would handle that very well. Maybe someone can mod that in. I do like just destroying houses, though. That's destroying buildings just hasn't gotten old. And oh, hey, there we go. I just shot off that tree off the mountain. Plasma has such a high impulse. Trees get knocked over like that. If you have a very powerful spell, they will shatter and look terrible, but at least they are not invulnerable like they used to be. Here, Christmas tree should shatter this tree. Yep, there we go. We have replaced the tree. Brought some festivity with us. So we have a Nova rune, Doug the Gug, which, if you have an area spell, will cause the area spell to turn into a Nova. So it emanates outwards from yourself that way. Unfortunately, this hasn't been a good area spell run. And so here's something that I haven't done. I've never really backtracked to a mountain I've been to before. No event pops up. You just go there, and now, since I've already cleared it, I can just go to the next chapter. If the Inquisition have arrived, it will load a random level, and you will have to fight the Inquisition.
Are you guys going to be at PAX? I'm fairly certain I'm going to be. If we've applied, I don't know if we will be accepted. We certainly hope we are.
Yeah, we've applied to PAX before. We applied to SXSW and their indie programs to get in for cheaper, and we have been declined both times. And hopefully we get in this time. We even applied for E3 on an indie program and did not get in. So we're hoping to finally get into a convention. If you happen to see the Reddit post, there was a guy that's running, I have to mention this now that I've said that, the Salt Lake convention in 3 weeks that we're unfortunately just not able to attend. It's just really short notice, and there's other issues. Partly, man, I don't know how much to get into that. Partly, he offered a free booth, but that's not... Holy, I am so screwed. That's not the primary expense of a convention. I'm just going to die here. Well, it was nice knowing you all. That's why you should not kill you all with me. There we go. And now there's a mangled corpse. I have no idea why I ran into a building before I killed any enemies.
Are there any implosion type spells? There aren't, but I don't think there's any reason why there couldn't be. I mean, there is black hole, which is that.
Let's not run into a building as my first thing this time. Which map? Oh, this is this map. Fantastic. I like this map a lot. I didn't get to show it off because I was busy dying. Alright, let's just fully shape this plasma, multi-shot, chain reaction, and off it goes. Now we get to see what a true Fictorum's power looks like. Oh man, it costs like 80 mana to shoot my plasma ball as a base right now. Generate a little bit of mana, so we'll sprint away just a tiny bit, and then we will blow these poor guys away. Right.
Oh man, do I have a GIF of Blizzard? See, it still takes me a second to say GIF, because...
You have to think about it?
I've been traumatized. My friends don't let me get away with it either. Oh, are you asking about peanut butter, or... GIF?
My only response to that is I was just thinking my pet giraffe.
Yeah. I think somewhere we have our...
I'll show off some of the really powerful spells. Oh, that house is on fire from Plasma Ball.
Yeah, I remember on one stream that we did years ago. Wait, not years ago, a few months ago, where we just tried to break the game for 20 minutes, which was actually really fun.
I love the chain reaction Plasma Ball. I just need to get Seek instead of High Velocity, and this it'll become obscene then.
Okay, I have a fun GIF incoming. It's got our old character model, and old buildings and stuff, but it's pretty fun.
Which one is it?
The end is near. It's got all of the final spells being cast at once.
We haven't done a GIF of that because we haven't.
No. Oh. It's not too bad. Do we have any friendly animals? No, we have no friendly animals, unfortunately.
Yeah, these are all the features we missed, as in we have no fauna because we just didn't have the budget to add fauna.
Yeah, we also would have loved to have water and rivers and stuff.
So on a inside look into game development, there were multiple times that we were at a certain point in development, like, we're killing it, man. We've got like infinite time. We're doing such a good job. We can add water. We've got time to look into adding water, and it just never happens. Things are always coming up. It's just an unending list of things to finish.
Oh, it makes me so. I'm gonna have to reply to this. Alaskan asked, when you beat the final chapter, is there a new game plus, or is it just start anew? And I can proudly say there is a new game plus option. You just keeps going to a new chapters until you say you're done.
And you have two options going to a new chapter. You can either go back to chapter 1 or you can go to chapter 9. Oh, hey. Will you help defend Dax? So this gives you another quest. And quest is in a way a bad word to use. But this is one of my favorite events because this is a town. I'm supposed to defend the town, and there are wizards shooting fireballs up and at. So we're just going to launch a massive plasma ball storm into that mountainside, and the enemy mages will be very sad. Oh, wrong spell. We're going to throw up Haven as well, and now they can't hit me, so I get to unleash some spells with Abandon, which is good because there's a lot of warlocks. Oh, I'm almost out of mana. Don't want to accidentally run out. And we're going to be vulnerable here for a second, but we're going to throw up Haven again. Oh, this is almost cheating, buddy. Oh, that hurt.
Working really well.
Just throw chain reaction plasma ball and hide behind this hill again. Oh, I didn't take enough damage I didn't need to. Oh, that guy got murdered by the chain reaction. Alright, so all quest enemies are either killed or feared away. Most of the structures are remaining. That's probably safe, and because I've got the nice quest enemies killed, I'm just going to go ahead and run through some of these buildings and try to find some extra loot, some healing. Oh, fantastic. There's a health potion.
How many quests are there in the game now? I think it's like 120 right now. 120 different starting events. Hopefully going to get that number a lot higher before release.
Yeah. And also you'll we've got the logic in for it. Like, this is the only defense quest in the event in the game, and there's no good reason for that. We even have levels that work great as a defense level if I just rework them a little bit. So, yeah, just a million things to do. Not a whole lot of time left to do them in.
Stoic Paradox, are you going to add some character glow or a flashlight feature for nighttime levels, or do you prefer the dark environment? What I have been considering doing, and actually I haven't mentioned this to Greg before, but what I've been thinking of doing is starting every character out with a kind of a as an ability, and it stays active. Into a button. I'm not sure. I mean, I think our goal for all of our nighttime levels is to be fairly visible regardless of the lighting.
Yeah, we'll do that's been our consistent goal, is that you should the darkness isn't supposed to be any type of significant hindrance. Hey, I get to destroy the Inquisition place again. That's fantastic. We're going to go the long way this time, though. Let's see what happens. Oh, these poor guys aren't going to know what hit them. Oh, yes they are, because they saw me. Oh, how did that guy avoid all that damage?
Are there any spells that do not cause building damage? There are spells that just cause that cause like damage over time. Damage. For instance, I think Flamethrower does that, but it also casts a manifestation of fire, so you can very quickly burn down a building if you stay in there for too long. Thank you for that, Earth.
So if
Earth, yeah, from C137. Yes, regarding co-op. Really funny bug.
Let me clarify. I don't know what Chippy was responding to, but there will not be co-op in the game anytime soon. You just said yes regarding co-op, and I was like, if someone doesn't know the question that was asked,
yeah.
That can sound.
I'm just bad. Reading. There was another one. Oh, is there a really funny bug that comes to mind? Breakdancing.
So
that comes to mind.
There was a great bug a long time ago where we had a weapon that had the wrong type of collision on it, so that when something went ragdoll, they would just fly around like crazy. Oh, I almost died to that building falling. Okay, there's gonna be guys coming down this mountain. Oh man, that chain reaction multi-shot is just one of the most glorious things. We did not know a lot of programming. We have not written a line of C++ code working on this game. The blueprint system has been fantastic for us through the Unreal Engine. Oh, that guy got launched. That was fantastic.
Nearly all of the artwork in this game was done by our team artists, Leaf Drace, who we love. That guy has made our game a game, and our fortuitous finding of him is really why this game.
You cut out there. The reason why this game's something.
Oh, this reason why this game is what it is, and why it has as much life as it does.
Oh man! All right, this captain is causing problems. I just got hit with an arrow. I did because it's sticking out of my pelvis. Really got close. Oh my! Getting murdered by archer somewhere. I need to get out of here. That's going to be a problem. I need to switch to Fireball so I can destroy things without using up all my mana. Let's try to I'm going to probably fail this quest, and that's okay. I just don't want to die. Woo! Oh, so I will do a spell demonstration as soon as I make it to the end of this chapter with a bunch of different spells. Merd. Oh, I can't take on a group of mages. I think that's where this quest leads. So I'm going to scratch that. We're going to head up to this shop so I can heal up.
Request to see something other than plasma ball.
I'm sorry. It's my. Hey, there's Frost Nova. Too bad I don't have all the amazing. Actually, I still I have.
You got some pretty good runes for it.
Yeah. I sold a bunch of them though, so I'm going to go ahead and sell Christmas Tree. That's I just wanted to show that that existed. Got another plasma wall. There's Ice Blast. Oh wow, that's a much better chest than I'm using, so we'll equip it. Not better gloves. I like my 47 mana gloves. That's Arc. Oh, stop projectiles. That's one of my favorite. I'm going to switch that out for telekinesis. So I can show that off. So let me see what I got for it. Oh, I actually have a full set of runes. Slow, Concentrate, and High Explosive. That's actually almost perfect. Pierce would be fantastic for. Let me sell all these runes I'm not using. So I have decent money going forward. I might use that eventually. Alright. Oh, I didn't check. Oh, let's have 7% shaping range and speed and 7% shaping bonus. That's really good, but I don't want to give up as much mana as I have. Alright, got a lot of essence. We're going to actually probably try to head straight to this end mountain. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's actually my best. Or 1, 2, 3. Okay. Because that's kind of a hard event, and I don't want to get super low on health before getting there. I will go ahead and check for stuff and hopefully not get ambushed. Oh, sweet. I found some armor and some dust. That's fantastic. Every other Tuesday at 8 p.m. Not every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Well, they were asking the time. I just found something really fun that is not really a bug, but something a voiceover choice that I had done a while back.
Alright, I wasn't paying attention. This is the
It consistently got a really good laugh out of me.
So this is Frost Nova, and if I expand this up a bunch, it'll really slow people down and freeze them. If I had a multi-shot or high explosive rune, I actually may use this because it is a really powerful spell. Where's the... I just saw the ice shot. Where did it come from? There you are. Here, let's... one of my favorite abilities. This is Stop Projectiles. And now his Frost ability is just stuck there in midair. It's actually very useful against Warlocks because since they're generally shooting multiple or very fast shots, if you time it with their animation, it looks really good. And then here where I have enemies coming in, I don't have Magic's Reach, I will just shape and hold this for a little bit, and there we go. Oh, why did I blink into them? That was a brilliant decision. Let's try that again. We'll even get the Concentrate in there and see if we can kill some of them. That's fantastic. Uh-oh, I'm slowed. It's going to be a problem. It took a long time to get that spell cast off. Here I said I wanted to avoid damage, and I'm, Alright. Plasma Ball time!
We had a question about what happens before you get onto the mountain. Maybe just go into a bit of detail of the next event that you get into.
Okay. Make sure I don't want to. Really.
Will you ever give an option for the characters to use weapons or always spells? It's always spells in this game, though some of the spells might give you access to a weapon. For instance, Spell Blade is one of those. And just because we've had so many requests for melee options, we wanted to give players the chance to play a melee mage. And I gotta say, after putting that in the game, it is super fun.
No, please don't. I didn't want to hit the town hall. I really wanted to explore that. Oh, hello, mage.
Well, I did see a question about controller support. It does work, and it works really well.
Yep. And it switches seamlessly. My controller's not here right now. I was going to pick it up and play a little bit, but I believe my wife is borrowing it right now. Alright, archers. Stop sidestepping me. We'll just... Alright, we're going to pop in a few houses and see if I can't find some health. I think I've taken care of most everyone. Yeah, there's some loot there anyways. The town hall's still mostly intact. I do have combat music going. Makes me feel like there should be combat somewhere, but... Oh, they calm down again. No health potions in here. Couple of books though. What do we have? So, Chip actually worked on the controller recently with shaping, and I wish I had my controller set up. But it works really well because when you're shaping, it behaves like a controller should. Instead of like dragging the cursor around, the cursor just snaps to which direction you're pointing your controller stick as. And you have the option of either using the left or right stick for shaping based on the option menu. And when you're shaping, you either lose control of your movement or lose control of your aiming. Temporarily until you stop shaping. But it feels really good to shape on a controller since Chip made those. Oh, I found a Pierce rune for my Frost Nova.
Oh, nice.
Sorry to get interrupted there, but if you wanted to see another spell, you will definitely get to see it with Frost Nova. It's going to be my... And so this is a set event. At the end of every Chapter 4, this event pops up, and it's the Fictorum headed down the path to Aviscornu with some trepidation. The town was dotted with idyllic farms, though it was also a major crossing point at the same time. Most of the continent's traffic moved through the area. The Yellow Mitten was certain he would encounter the strong Inquisition resistance in Aviscornu, for the Archmage Rintaro was also stationed there. So this level may not make it to release because you'll see if you've been paying attention to my frame rate, it's been doing fairly good. But if as I crest this hill, we're in the upper 40s only, which is not fantastic for my machine. I am going to use Plasma Ball at range, but I do have enemies coming at me, and this is why I like Pierce and Frost Nova, because it just sends a chain of Frost Novas out like that. Nope, he wasn't dead. Finish him off with Fireball. Townsfolk running. So we can even aim pretty much as far. I need to set Pierce to my top. And He's not dead, but he is slowed, so now he should be easy to hit. Oh, that's a Warlock. Oh, and Inquisition guys are catching up to me. Oh, Captain! Please don't hit me before the Frost Nova goes off. Oh, that blink did not work very well. Ah, stuck in the farm, stuck in the farm. And now that they're not moving, makes a Plasma Ball even better. Ah, more captains. I did not mean to use that ability. Clever. Make use of Frost Nova again. Not sure how you managed to miss the Frost Nova, but see, he's super slow now, which is fun. So I just sit and regenerate mana, relax a little bit, think about what I'm going to do, and finish him off. And there's... Oh! Freeze finally wore off, but now I have lots of mana, and they're low on health, so they all die easily. Thanks, Bugsy dude. Chip redesigned Frost Nova about 4 or 5 times, I think.
Yep.
And it finally
really
looks not bad.
I'd say it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it.
I was also... I'm also really happy that I got to show something that's... It's really about the spells and the runes you find in the game. As you saw with Frost Nova before, it was pretty good with the slow rune, concentrate, and high explosive, but it's really the pierce or a multi-shot or a chain reaction that makes the spell and like I said, you'll actually see me use some different spells because at long range Plasma Ball is going to be better because you can reach much further, but against things like Warlocks and other mages at close range, it's nice because it's much harder for them to dodge or impossible, even though it will take a few more casts to get the Warlocks dead. Let's see if I can hit him with the Plasma. Fantastic, that took care of the problem.
I don't know if you answered Fred's selfish same question on specs. Question if I can run this on my laptop without crashing it like Jerry Mod does. What are you running? I can post our min specs in chat here. T Faust is asking if we have different elements, ice, fire, and we also have lightning. Green was fire, that was plasma.
Alright, let's see.
Any adverse attacks like that enemies can have, like mana drain or slow, they can have, for instance, the enemy that was just attacking Greg fires a slowing ice bolt, frost blast. I forget what that spell's called. Ice blast. And then we also have plenty of enemies that cast damage over time or stun along with their projectiles. Man, that's a massive Frost Nova. That looks so good.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fantastic. It's I've got a really good mage going here. I only have 35 health and I'm about to enter the boss battle, so I'm not particularly excited about that. Where's that beam going?
Oh. Yeah, where is that going?
Oh, there's a frost attack from somewhere, but I'm just going to go ahead and
I bet it's going to the origin for some reason.
That's 100%, I'm sure, the problem. Oh, I found Vault. Vault's unique.
It spells unique.
Why is Vault unique?
I just wanted movement spells to find more than one to be rare.
Okay.
And kind of unique.
Alright, so here we go. There's the Archmage. I'm just going to load up with Chain Reaction and hope the Archmage gets nailed. Did not. He does summon Acolytes to help him, and I want to make sure they don't build up too much. Luckily, he can't really dodge Frost Nova, so we're going to use that a bit. And I think we might... Oh! Well, I just launched him. Let's see if... He should teleport back up here. because he's got a little bit more of ability than... Yep, there he is. Oh, no! You can launch him, but generally he teleports back once he falls too far. Oh, I got him. Because there's the massive amount of lag. So, that's a good example to show our first boss fight. And this also gives you an example. It took me 2 hours to get to this point. This is about the halfway point of our game. I didn't explore all the buildings. I didn't explore all the levels. There's a little bit more loot and things like that you can find. So, it's not... 4 hours is our best estimate for what it'll take your standard playthrough to take. But it will take longer to get through chapters 5 through 8 than it does chapters 1 through 4. I am going to go have a little bit of fun. I got a pretty decent ring out of it, too. And you can also, even at the midpoint, you can return to a previous chapter, and you'll just start over in chapter 1 with all the stuff you found, so you can become even more powerful through the first 4 chapters. Or you can just move on to chapter 5. An i3 will probably work. We just say i5 to kind of cover our base. We don't have a whole lot of range of testing machines. We say a 760. We have a guy that's played through 50 chapters, I think he said, or something crazy like that, and he's on a 650 Ti, which I didn't think the game would run well enough, especially that far into the game. So I'm going to... Oh, actually what I almost always take is the 5 to all resist when I have that option. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn on debug mode, and I'm actually going to get to just go to a store, all the way over here, so I can clear out my inventory a little bit. I'm going to generate... I didn't find much armor, which was really disappointing, but I'll go ahead and generate... actually, we'll do Mantle of the Ascended. And we'll also give myself Dev God's Fist of Smiting. And we're going to... Meteor gets a lot of use, but I'm going to just go ahead and give myself all of our tomes. There's a current storm raging outside, so if all of a sudden the stream goes down, it's because I lose power. And that is what we'll start with.
Earth from Rick C137. Question was asked by someone never answered. You mentioned no healing spells, but are there spells like runes with vampirism effects? No, we don't have that. I think that would run the risk of being very overpowered in a game with no healing regeneration. I mean, maybe if it were like the tiniest bit of vampirism, maybe.
Yeah, it's not. It would either be the tiniest and it would be completely ineffective, or it'd be super overpowered. That's a really hard thing to balance, and I don't ever want there to be something in the game that just removes all challenge.
Yeah. Someone has asked for some lightning attacks, so you might need to give yourself a lightning spell.
I just gave myself a bunch of spells and it all went away. That's not cool. I forgot to save my character before jumping here, so I
can cover while you're putting that back together. Yeah, we have tons of little spells that we put together for one-shot gifts. How many days in the working? Yes, 2.5 years we have been making this game. Any crafting, collecting, or other trade items? The only thing that we have a pretty system. It's simple but effective. That allows you to imbue and upgrade items that you have.
All right. So
what special do you have on your rings?
Right now I've just got Haven and Blink.
Okay.
So I do have. So once you beat the game, I believe it's just on normal difficulty.
I think normal, but it has to be on hardcore.
Okay, you'll get the Ascended, which gives you this armor to play around in, and you fly. And flying completely breaks her game. This was kind of a last-minute addition. It was just fun enough to play around with.
Yeah, I threw this in an afternoon that I wanted to have that.
Yep. So this is Lightning Bolt. It's good with chain reaction and that type of thing. It's the starting spell for lightning if you go with that. We also have Lightning Strike, which is significantly more powerful. As you can, it's the area spell. It's probably our most powerful area spell in the game.
We also had a request for the downvote spell too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
It's showing.
So this is our storm spells. You're going to see my FPS drop like crazy because it creates a bunch of volumetric fog, and then it just starts shooting off lightning bolts over and over again. Lightning Orb is one of my favorite spells that you don't get to see. It shoots Lightning Orb forward, and the Lightning Orb then shoots lightning bolts at other enemies. So it's easily one of my favorite spells. You saw Lightning Stream a little bit earlier in the stream. Let me get a set of... You saw plenty of fire. I did not have Flame Strike or Meteor, but you've seen enough Meteor through our GIFs. That's not much of a problem. I will get some of our ice ones once I find them. Frozen Spear's fantastic. That's the one of the starting ice spells. We also have, you saw Frost Nova at the end, Ice Blast, and there should be Glacier somewhere. Glacier.
He said GIFs, I'm out.
Well, that's, Chippy's our GIF guy. So,
yeah.
You gotta rely on him for the GIFs. Oh, and then Blizzard. That's
only very well learned. I'm a learned GIF guy. GIF. See, I just did it. I'm a GIF guy.
Oh no, I'm corrupting you
God,
again.
Now. You're bringing me down, man.
All right. Oh, my frame rate is super suffering from all this stuff I'm casting. It's probably a problem with the storm spell. So we'll start with Blizzard. Blizzard works a lot like Thunderstorm, only it really rains down on guys. So that's lots of fun. Glacier is one of Chippy's favorite spells. Works a lot like the Frost Nova, or the Christmas Tree. I don't know why I said Frost Nova, except that it's glaciers that come out instead. Ice Blast is just a very simple...
Glacier's different now that Destructibles do damage to the player.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta be careful with that.
And then Frost Spear's fantastic because it's well, there's it's a nice sniping spell. Unfortunately, right now, we need to look at the character stats because it shouldn't be causing that much slow, but it does. And because of that, things always freeze. But when it sends people flying, it's quite fun.
Yeah. So you know, there is a reason that the level of mayhem that Greg has at his disposal right now is not. Well, let's say it's not commonly achievable by normal mortals. Really possible, but this level of frame rate is.
Yeah, and there's the reason you haven't seen a Storm GIF in a while is because we haven't looked at those in about a year, and there's a lot of optimizations we can do with the Storm spells to make them not murder frame rate.
Right. I wouldn't say a lot, but there's some.
Okay. I think there's some significant performance improvements to be had with the storms. One of these spells may end up crashing my computer because I haven't tested these in a while. But we're going to go ahead and throw some of our fun spells in. Someone wanted to see Fire Beam, so I'm going to do a quick Fire Beam thing. Let's hope that these don't crash my computer. This is good old Firebeam. It just shoots a laser and slowly burns people. It not being enchanted and this being Chapter 5, not going to do a whole lot right now. And I think I can... Oh, good, I haven't. So we can... we're not close enough to the house. Burn down the house, which is fun to do with Firebeam. Was it a blacksmith, but... we ain't catching on fire. We're gonna allow him to kill this Inquisition guy. Firebeam only does a lot of damage over time, so hitting people with it for a long period of time doesn't do a whole lot, because they just burn over time. Probably should
had a request for your specs. Greg's running at 1080. It's 32 gigs of RAM.
The heart rotates. Oh, it's a red heart. Oh, because we did a Valentine Day GIF with it last time. It is normally a green heart for Imger's heart. I'm going to go ahead and get to a different map because there's no buildings left on this. We'll go here. Oh yeah, we do have, this is, our upvote looks great. Oh no! It doesn't work!
What now?
The upvote doesn't work.
Ah, okay.
Let me also update it to daytime. That way we can see.
Hopefully downvote does. I think that's one of
Yeah, there's no, the mesh got deleted for it. So I wonder if the downvote mesh got deleted too. Uh-oh. Oh no, there we are. We've got Imgur downvotes right now. Or Imager, that's what it's called. Speaking of destroying frame rate. How long does this last for? It's a bad downpour storm.
Twitch chat's going crazy.
Oh, this is Reddit down? Oh, okay. It's easy for us to change the color. I guess Reddit was the second GIF I had made. I get confused which colors are which. I don't. This is why I'm not in charge of any of the art decisions in Fictorum. What else do it? Oh, and then if you do, we still have the game-breaking item?
I might have gotten rid of it, but if it's there, it's called the World Ender,
oh, no.
and it's...
Oh, there it is. So this is the World Ender. It has a 100,000% shaping bonus, and there's very likely that...
If you're going to do it, cast it with Frozen Spear with no runes.
Right now I've got Fireball with high explosive multi-shot and high velocity and World Ender. This may crash my game.
Let's start. Greg, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I ignored you.
Okay. Okay.
We're just
start with Frost Spear.
No, I'm starting with Fireball because you could slightly see the targeting there. Just even holding the targeting is causing my computer to... So we're looking down, and then when we cast Fireball with the million multi-shot and the high explosive, it is going to freeze here for a few minutes. And that may be... Oh, there we go. There's the explosion. It launched me up in the sky. You can see the multiple explosions from all the multi-shots. And if you wonder what our levels look like from a million feet away, that's what it looks like, because we just got blasted into oblivion. So, oh, you can actually see the targeting. as bright as the sun because it's so far away and it's significantly larger than the map. So if I cast from all the way back here, I wonder what you'll see. Oh, there you go. You can, it actually just generates pretty quickly. That's so much fun, buddy.
Yep.
So similarly with Ice Blast, where I don't have any meaningful rune on it, and since there's no high explosive, it just almost instantly teleports to the target. Let me get a high explosive in there. And that what was a tiny thing you couldn't see before is now... Oh, this actually doesn't lag as bad as the fire does. Wonder why that is. Oh, I had to say something. There, now the entire map is white. I was wondering if the decal would show up or not. And just because I want to make my... I'm going to load up the alpha end level, which is our terribly performing map. And I'm going to use this max-shaped frostbolt to see if it breaks my computer. Oh, and it's not... I forgot to save my character before transferring. That's okay. Doesn't take that long to give myself the world ender. And a high explosive rune. We equip that. We equip Ice Blast. Oh, equip that. High explosive. And let me get so we can see... Well, it's not going to matter because I think the impulse from the spell will launch me too far away to see all the buildings disappear. But we're going to aim for that... You know, I wonder if I can just... They'll probably launch me through the world and kill me, but in case it doesn't, I'm going to... You know, let me take off the flying armor. So I'm not flying anymore. And I want to get right along this wall right here, even though I think it's going to launch me anyway. And then we're going
we did have requests for a Declaration of Independence, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, not a problem. Let me...
Make sure you throw a Seek rune on it, too.
Alright. I'm just going to cast this frost spell and hope it hits something far enough away, because I'm lagging too much with it. Oh, I think I missed. There we go. I hit something that time. Let's see if I stay alive. Oh, there's all the trees exploding. I don't know why it's not all covered in white right now, but there are now no more trees on this map. Or buildings. Or enemies. There's these fires that lasted through it. The immortal fires. Alright, we'll do Declaration of Independence. Let me get to a different map. And I will not use my Ring of Destruction. And I need to give myself a Seek rune. So we're going to equip the Declaration of Independence.
We have some questions about distribution. Is is this a good time as any to announce?
No, I don't want to until we're up on their website. But um, we plan on being on Steam, Steam, Indie Game Stand, Game Jolt, and we've applied to Good Old Games, and we've heard back very positively from them, but we are kind of waiting until after E3 to fully finalize all the details.
Right.
So there's a there's a much higher than zero chance of seeing our game on GOG. All right, so this is the Declaration of Independence, and it shoots. Apparently, you know, let me take off the armor of the Ascended. I think it's tied to the angle the main character's at. Let's see here. Maybe I should walk out high
velocity. Best thing that didn't come out during E3.
So this is a spell that we really wanted to add into the game, but really it's the there's no real good way to implement it. And two, the performance of it is really terrible. But it's a lot of fun. And it'll be available in a debug menu if you just want to play around with it. So while we don't have a sandbox mode per se, we do have the developer menu that will be hidden, but not
super well.
Not super well. It's just enough so that someone that randomly buys our game will never access it. Like I said, the hotkey will probably not change. Is Alt-Shift-J to enable it. Right now in the beta, you can enable it in the mission. Look at all the, I've got a big spear sticking out on my side now,
too. Right? Yeah, the Jericho is definitely inspiration for this one.
Let me go ahead and I'm going to take off the high explosive. I know it's lagging like crazy, but I want to add...
Nick... someone said, could you imagine playing this on the Oculus? And Nick Tree replied with Vomit City. Yeah. Apparently if you don't have 90 frames per second, you die.
Yeah, that's, I was talking to some people developing VR stuff, and if you're not running at the, 90 frames a second, it just feels terrible. You get really sick. So I think, the... I'm going to take the seek off of it so you can see how it performs without the seek. I wonder what chain reaction does on this spell. It probably ruins it, but that's okay.
Ooh, oh wow, that could be.
So this is probably going to hurt a little bit, but there we go. This is the full Jericho effect, and then it just keeps exploding with chain reaction. Oh, that's what I should do too. Besides, let's...
I feel like the national anthem should be playing.
There we go, now it's nighttime. Alright, now that I've finished murdering my computer, I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you've not visited our Steam store page and added us to the wish list, we'd greatly appreciate that. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit at r/Fictorum, and some other various social media or things I'm forgetting right now. We'll stay and chat a little bit to answer any more questions you guys have, but the stream will be turning off here shortly. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun tonight.
Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.